You're gonna be my jokester of the night. I love it. I always have at least one. So you guys should be able to see me in there, red, orange, and yellow guy. And this has been a little finicky with the weather, temperature changes back and forth, so let me know if it goes to the apps. But we're gonna be looking for the cold spots. I point out that I'm the red, orange, and yellow guy because I'm the warmest thing inside the frame. We're gonna be looking for blue and black. Those are the cold spots of the frame. I'm looking for them to move or to take shape. When I say take shape, I want a head, shoulders, moving arms and legs. That's what we've caught with this guy in the past. That's hopefully what we're gonna capture with it again. That's the cool thing about this camera. I love to give you stats because I'm not a TV show host. I get about 4 to 5 pieces on this guy per year that I would put my stamp of approval on, not an episode. You guys starting to see my point? Good. So with that, I also have a blue dot bouncing around the screen for you. It is there to show you the coldest spot in the frame at that particular moment. It's gonna land on glass, aluminum cans, a sign. I want it to be 15 degrees below ambient temperature, which is I think around 44 degrees for us here tonight. So that's gonna be what, 29 degrees and colder is what I'm looking for it to say, because it does have the temperature right next to it. And I also want it to move. If it lands somewhere, it's probably on the sign or a piece of glass or a windshield. So you guys will see the point. If I find something in here, you'll get the markers and obviously some screenshots. So I do a lot of extra work with these videos just so you guys, when we do find it, it's a holy shit moment. So, wow, it stayed on the whole time. Super great.
Low, because I couldn't hear you with this on.
Okay, fair.
8.
8 and then 455. Okay, I don't know what the hell the 8 is, but I wrote it down anyway. It's a number. See, you're getting the gist of it. All right, go get to work, everybody. This is what you signed up for. You paid me to go to work. Yeah. Oh no, you guys got the whole space. All right, blast off. Just gonna make sure that camera's gonna be like running, because usually after about a minute or two of video, it wants to start getting like hiccupy.
Okay.
Like it'll go back to like the app screen, and the app you're looking for is called FLIR1.
FLIR1. Okay.
It's FLIR.
Alright. And I'm just looking for like any cold spots.
Any cold spots that are moving around. Now with the cameras, it's not always a real-time moment. It's usually about the review when I take it back to the office and when you guys get it back. So I spot check it every 5 minutes that's recorded. I watch minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, so that way I'm not looking for anything, unless of course you tell me I have a blue person walking towards me and we can verify it in real time.
Okay.
But yeah, we should all have some kind of red, orange, and yellow on us.
Yep.
Yeah, help her remember the things that she's hearing.
Okay.
Don't point at people.
Like random people.
No, I think
It's 2 minutes, right?
Yep, I would even say like a minute and a half.
Minute-
You can see
oh.
the timer on there just to make sure we're not losing too much footage.
Okay. There's a huge cold spot right here.
Yeah, so it
That
could
could
rain.
be. Yeah,
today.
as I say, it could be rain.
So this is the problem with this parking lot on the ground is that it's made from like 5 different types of material. So between the cement, the mud, which is always going to be cooler because it has water. If it rained, it's going to have more water. But yeah, when I'm watching this part of the video, I'm mainly watching where the wall is, because if we get a blue spot that goes across the wall, that's obviously going to hang on to the day's sun because it's cement. So I don't always watch like what's going on here as I am up in here.
Okay.
So that's just the way my eye like normally goes based off the law of thermodynamics.
Oh, really?
So you'll see the point. And again, watching that thing, I mean, I know you don't know all the sciencey nerdy shit about it, but that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
You're like, wow, it really does that?
I mean, it's interesting.
It is super fascinating, and it's a lot of science to learn how to actually read anything.
I heard break down
Okay.
and dictate.
Oh.
She heard happy first?
Yeah. Still don't know who the 455 is supposed to get. All right, Crystal. Is it great?
listen to Rebecca. I think that's when I lost it.
Do you want to show yourself on the camera?
That's how this goes. Try not to be too much in your view. Is it working better with a minute interval instead of 2?
It cut off at like 51.
Of course it did. Can't wait for the insurance claim to come back on that so I can just replace it already. That whole setup is like $1,200.
Really?
Surprising. Well, not really, because last night was really slow on the readings too, but the night before was through the roof.
Do you want to show yourself on the camera? Do you want to talk to Kayla and tell her something? Is Eliza here? And if so, which Eliza?
Weird, like, chanting. Ooh.
Who's chanting out here? Or can you
Stars
give...
and stripes.
Are you guys military? By any chance?
They just spot devices, so I'm gonna let him play for about another minute or 2 with it.
Okay.
Just to see if Rob does better with it than Crystal.
I just heard stars and stripes, like, very clear and loud.
Not surprised. We are in an all-American family type of home right now.
Is 5 the number of people here?
It actually said 5 persons.
5 what?
Has he spat anything out at you yet? In the house. Out of the house. Believe it or not, guys, no offense.
Shouted
I don't know why. We have selective hearing.
Can one of you guys go to the corner of the parking lot so we could see, or go through the wall so we could have a cold signature, please?
had the name Amelia show up on their word generator. Speed. I think it's probably good. So we're having trouble with the camera. Like knocking itself out. So Carlos, go ahead and hit that stop button so we don't lose that little bit. You just be walking through here, not just tour. Like I know, I'm about to tell you that every ghost tour comes down here, and I know it looks like I'm lying because we're the only ones here, but literally every ghost tour comes here. I was gonna omit it from my route because it's talked about so much, but this guy actually follows me around a little bit. Oh, I didn't see if I had any images. I keep forgetting I got that thing running. See? Let's see. Gave me 3 extra images. So let's see what we got. So we got this little guy creeping around a corner. So
It said this guy.
and we have, I don't know what the hell that is.
A statue.
Some sort. But it's definitely laying down.
Might be a baby.
And then a woman smoking a cigarette, it looks like.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a pretty clear image compared to the rest.
Yeah. So, interesting. I needed to take note like of which images came from which location, because it just puts them all consecutive. Anyway, so every ghost tour is coming down here to tell the same damn story. I'm going to tell you the same story, but I'm going to give you a few extra details just based off of your ghost hunting. You're not on a campfire marshmallow ghost tour that you are never going to be able to go to again, just so you know, because, again, they suck. I don't want to say it like that. Some people are really good storytellers, but if you're going just for the stories, that's the reason why you go. This used to be called Dueler's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So, and I say some of the duels because it was illegal. They had to find hiding spots. This just happened to be one of them. And the story goes is that a doctor moves here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. If the song Brown Eyed Girl shows up for either of the spirit boxes while we're here, it's not coincidence. It's part of his name. So
I heard Chris Brown.
Chris Brown?
Yeah.
I told you. It's not coincidence. We get it all the time. So I'll be writing that one down. Don't let me forget. So he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée Amanda. And no, I don't know if she smoked, if that's her in the picture, because I don't even know Amanda's real last name. Anyway, Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her dead parents, and she has a lot of money. And she has an attorney helping the doctor. So Doc moves down here. Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. He's going to make his own with his own medical practice. On his way into town, he had a coachman. The coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It's like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world. Sorry about you guys taking your Uber home. But anyway, and by the way, I get a lot of teenagers on this tour. They don't know what a coachman is, and I have to over-explain it. So if I do that for the next couple of spots, forgive me, please. But anyway, somebody's walking by and seeing what was about to happen to the newcomer, and the person walking by, his name was Ralph Isaacs. I said his name slowly because he has the same initials as where the doctor came from, Rhode Island. We were getting RI from regular spirit boxes all the time, and we wanted to know who it was to. So I bought another device. It's broken now. Somebody broke it a few weeks ago, and it basically gave us letters based off of EMF readings. It's called an envoy. It's like a digital Ouija board, basically.
Close.
It would only show up around Ralph's name, not the Rhode Island. So now we know who it belongs to. Moving on. Ralph tells Doc, "Hey man, I know this guy, the coachman. He's gonna try to kill you. Why don't you come with me? We're gonna go to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from these friends of mine, and you'll be safe." Well, he took him up on the offer, and the two gentlemen became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point, not after Amanda's cash. She got wind of this. She sent a letter down saying she's moving down here so they could be married, and Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate the story. Every haunted city you will ever visit is going to have a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. Ours just happens to be a doctor. So why are we in Dueler's Alley talking about a happy guy about to be married? Ralph and Dr. Ladd go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He got better seats. So on the way home, they go see Richard III. They are arguing over the actress they just saw. Ralph thought she was great. Doc thought she was great. Ralph did not. And they start arguing, and Ralph then starts insulting the doctor's fiancée, Amanda, back home in Rhode Island. It got really ugly between the two of them, and they went their separate ways. But the next day, Ralph went to his friends at the newspaper and placed an ad telling the whole city of Charleston what he thought of the doctor. kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of shit. Kind of like a really bad Instagram post against your buddy. See what happens. So I didn't tell them who we were going to be discussing, and somebody heard the name Anne coming out of a spirit box. I didn't tell them it was going to be Anne Bonny, the famous female pirate. So I was like, oh shit, maybe we'll get something. We go around the corner. I told them what I knew about piracy at the time, and somebody else heard the number 300. I don't know what it means. Write it down. We were there November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720. It was the exact 300th anniversary of her trial. So it was kind of like a, oh shit, now I got to learn about pirates. So most people get all excited, you know, but I was actually kind of ticked off because I have a master's degree in creative writing and a bunch of other bachelor degrees in other types of writing. This is all about research for me. So the problem with pirates is that it comes from pirate lore. That was written 100 years after the days of Blackbeard and Anne Bonny. So I had to read a shit ton of books and play a lot of video games and watch a lot of documentaries to make sure I had the story straight as I possibly could make it. So we're not discussing pirates, but we will be next door. And I remember what I told you about Bleedover. A lot of it happens around this city. So when we get up and around the corner, you're going to get things from the alley. Message of it based on where we are.
Oh.
All right, so here we have 7 images and 2 from the Pinckney Mansion. I just like to take notes so I can put them, you know, in the right order for you guys on your report. So let me just write those down real quick. Interesting. Yeah, I actually like the fact that it looked like 2 guys just, I mean, it was a sword duel.
Yeah.
For sure, because there were swords like staked into the ground, but I like the fact that one's down on one knee. You can kind of see that.
Yeah.
By the way, I also run those images through Google Lens. So in case I don't fully understand something out of it, like those colors in the forest, I'll see if Google will tell me something else.
Yeah.
Or like a gun shows up, I don't know guns. So Google will tell me what time period it came from.
Yeah.
If it matches to where we are, it was a hurrah moment. So that's pretty cool. So I'm a little excited about running this separately. You know, I was like, you know, I've been actually pretty full. I'm actually pretty happy full before this, and I'm obviously sold out again tomorrow. I think you guys already mentioned that. But it's kind of nice when I like have a group of 4, but I don't want to keep bothering you. I'm like, I need something to do. I need something to play with. So when we get up around the corner, we're gonna pack that guy away because it's giving us too much trouble. How did it work for you down here? I saw it go down once.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just like twice, 3 times probably.
You were also pretty still here.
Yeah.
Instead of walking around with it. You know what I mean? Like I said, that little sensor in there is just, it's on its last leg. All right, we're going to go up to the cemetery and see what we can get. Go ahead and continue to listen, and we'll see what we can get. Doc's going to follow us. He knows he can.
5 again.
5 again.
Keep hearing 5.
Is that your birth month or something? Did you bring somebody with you?
It actually is.
Is